So, hello and welcome to this Film Ireland interview. I am so delighted to be chatting with director Olivia Newman about her really powerful film, Where the Crawdads Sing. So, thank you so much.
Thank you for having me.
First of all, it's a really stunning film, and it's made from some deeply popular source material. So, I was just wondering if you could tell me a little bit about what it's like working on a project like this and how you tackle interpreting it.
Well, like so many people, I just fell in love with this book when I read it. I was so moved by the story. And so it was, to me, it was this gift to have this incredible source material, to draw from. And then a screenwriter like Lucy Alibar, who was adapting it and, just such a beautiful lyrical screenwriter, and also from the South. And so really understood the culture and the sort of emotional storyline. And so, the challenge was really, how do we keep what we love about this book and sort of maintain the heart and soul of it, while, obviously having to trim and restructure so that it can actually be told, in a 2-hour movie. And so it was a labor of love, from, through all the drafts of the script, trying to get it down to something that we felt still, was very faithful to the book that we all loved, but sort of moved along like a movie.
Fabulous. And something you do really wonderfully in this film is create such a really rich, intense, vibrant world. It's so almost sensual, the physical space, the location, and that's a mixture of the landscape and the production design. Yeah. What was it like finding locations and tell me a little bit about that process?
I have to say, scouting for locations for this movie was one of the most joyful parts of the experience. I usually hate being in scout vans. Those are just long days. You drive around and look at one house after another. But in this case, we were out on boats. We were boating through the marsh and trying to find the right bayou for this particular scene and the right spot to build Jump-In's store and the right lagoon where we could build Kaya's house and everything. It was so important to us that everything be on location, that we not have to go and build things on a stage, or as little as possible. And so, God, it was really such a privilege that we were able to choose the lagoon where, when we stood on the water's edge and we looked out into these, cypress swamps and the Spanish moss, we could say, this is what Kaya looks at every morning. This is the spot. And then we built her house from scratch. And I had the most amazing production designer who designed the house. And, we looked at floor plans and we figured out what the story was with the house and where the bedrooms were and how many there were and what did they add on, as their family grew, and what was the original fishing, shack. And so it was just this amazing opportunity.
Fabulous. And one of the things that I am so excited about this film is it's such a female-led film. It's a strong female story, female characters. But what I'm deeply excited about is all your female crew. Can you tell me a little bit about that and why?
Yeah, I mean, Polly Morgan, our DP, and Mirren, our costume designer, and Sue Chan, our production designer. I mean, they were all, we interviewed a lot of people for these roles, and they just came with such passion for the material. And, it's one of those things where we would just get into a conversation and ideas would just flow and spark. And so they just, they happen to all be women. But I think we all connected so much to Kaya and to her story and really wanted to get it right. And so it was just a privilege to work with such amazing artists who, had the same commitment to really getting a proper and faithful adaptation of the book.
Oh, thank you so much for chatting with us. It was a beautiful film, and Where the Crawdads Sing is in cinemas on the 22nd of July. So definitely one to watch. Thank you.
Thank you so much.